6 I can see, and migration is important topic, so I don't want all of them to miss. So we'll wait for a few more minutes, but not as an ideal session. Meanwhile, whoever has some questions related to anything, whatever we have been doing till now, any doubt, theory, practical, which you tried, it did not work, anything related to interview, migration, whatever. Meanwhile, the other people are coming. Please feel free to ask. And once all are here, we'll start the migration practical. Till yesterday's session, we have completed all the theory and everything. In fact, I've shown you the assessment also, and I told you that it's not necessary. Assessment is not compulsory for migration, right? If I bring my browser here just to share it with you guys, I told you assessment is not necessary, though you will never see a project where a migration has been done without assessment, but that is not a technical compulsion or a technical prerequisite, right? That should be clear. Plus, assessment can be done. It's not necessary that you are the one who will do an assessment and you are the one who will do the uh, migration. Someone else can do the assessment, you can do the migration. You can do the migration assessment and leave it, and after a few days or a month maybe, some other team will do the migration. We saw multiple tools, that there is a tool called Azure Migrate tool, right? That which one is free, and there are more ISV tools which are paid versions. You have to stick with Azure Migrate tool, which is widely used. As any other, that just because it is free and we're doing it in training, it is widely used and it is recommended by Microsoft to use their own tool, right? So, and it's not necessary that if you do the assessment using Microsoft tool, you have to do the migration using Microsoft tool. No, you can do the assessment using Current, which is one of the third-party tools here. You can do the assessment using Current, and you can do the migration using Azure Migrate tool. Vice versa, you can do the assessment using Azure Migrate tool and do the migration using Current or any other tool. So these are the things which we have been discussing. This is how an assessment looks like. It confirms that what exactly your machine is, the actual machine. Okay, it gives the details of your actual machine, what size it is, how much data it is, what is the utilization and everything. And then based on that, it suggests that this is your current machine. In Azure, which size should you check? Here you will see all exact same size, because the machines from where I have done this assessment, I had exact same machines. I did not have that bandwidth to create multiple machines and etc. So I didn't have that. I had exact same machine in terms of RAM and CPU. Hence, you will see exact same size, which is being recommended by Azure. And instead, when you go to live environment, you'll definitely have different sizes. Some machine with 1 TB hard disk and 64 GB RAM, or even 200 GB RAM to 256 GB RAM. You will see that 256 GB RAM also. You'll see 512 GB RAM also when it comes to physical machines. So based on that, which is the correct size in Azure? Now in Azure, you're not going to get any machine with 512 GB RAM. Or maybe there are machines on-prem, there are machines with 1 or 2 GB RAM also. Again, on Azure, you will not see a 2 GB RAM, but which is a suitable uh, uh, size you can go with. And these are recommendations. Again, these are not compulsion. You can change your own size. You can decide whatever you want to go ahead with. But based on the assessment, which we have done yesterday, which I started, this is the assessment report which we have. It shows that which machine should you take, what is the size, approximately cost of that machine, how much you are being charged for storage. ये सारी details आपको यहाँ पर assessment में मिल जाती है. Okay, what will be the monthly cost, compute cost कितना हो रहा है, storage cost कितना हो रहा है, every detail you will get it. Is it clear, guys, till here to everyone? Yes, yes. There are
Yes,
hardly
sir.
4 or 5 people, so if you have any questions, any doubt, please ask. People who have attended yesterday's session, please do ask. If you have missed it, please watch the recording, and if you have any doubt, do ask. So if you have any because this session is being recorded and I don't want to waste it in repetition. So if you have any technical questions based on what we have covered, please feel free to ask. I think only 7. Let me check the list who all have joined. So we have Asif, Hussein, Nelson, Nitesh, Salman Bhai, Yusuf. Only these many people we have today as of now. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Sure.
Yes, guys, any questions, anyone? Hussein, I see you have unmuted yourself. Do you have a question?
Yeah, means I was not actually present for the yesterday session.
No, no worries. Any
So
question other
from the
than that?
my yeah, actually I had many questions. The thing is that the power gone here, and I had all written in my laptop. So, but I know few which I
Hmm.
had to ask you.
Yes.
When I was doing the task for encrypting a OS disk of a VM and then backing it and restoring it.
Mm-hmm.
So actually, first it was means I did it whole as a whole, and I encrypted the VM first, then I backed it, then I restored it.
Hmm.
But and while restoring, I swapped the disk and everything. But when I started the VM, everything was looking great.
Hmm.
All the connection metrics were all the network metrics, but it was not connecting. But I think later there wasn't service unavailability from the Azure. I think on Saturday or
Hmm.
Friday, I was doing it. So later it actually uh, got itself, I
Connected.
didn't have to do anything to get
Right,
connected.
right.
Yeah.
Hey, see, don't worry
But
about those
when I,
things. Sorry, yeah, complete. Please continue. Continue.
yeah,
Tell
so
me.
actually, like I was thinking, like, so I think there might be an issue with, how I encrypted the disk and how directly I swapped it. And while swapping, also there were notifications like you have to first stop the VM. So there was
Right.
like a little confusion there that I did something wrong or it's an issue from the portal
Got
side.
it. Yeah, got it. So see, one thing I would like to tell you guys. When you're doing practical, I'm not expecting you. In fact, no one is expecting you to do everything end to end और वो backup होने के बाद login भी होना ही चाहिए. You have to understand the approach. These minute things you're gonna learn when you actually start working. No one in the interview is going to ask you these minute details. That at the time of running, see, these questions will come. They definitely come. But for what role? For support role. For implementation team, you will never face these issues, right? Agar I told you that if there are some issues, instead of troubleshooting and spending 1 or 2 hours on that, you'll simply go ahead and create a new one. That's what you will do. Yeah, in this practical session, training session, we are still creating it on portal. It takes time. When you go to actual implementation team, you will have scripts. वहां पे एक नया resource बनाना, it will be more easier for you. It would be a task of 5 or 7 minutes. So you're not gonna spend time on troubleshooting. It's always good for learning, no doubt. But as of now, from the interview point of view, from clearing the interview, do not worry about these things. But yes, do your practical, do the complete task, whatever we have been learning here, whatever we have been discussing, do that. Okay. So
Right. So
even
will
if
I
it is not
also
turning on, you're not able to log in, it's completely fine. As far as you understood the concept कि ये इस तरह से बैकअप हुआ था, ये इस तरह से जो है इसका हम लोगों ने बैकअप लिया था एंड दिस इज हाउ वी कैन रीस्टोर, ये वाला इसमें रीस्टोर नहीं हो सकता है, ये वाला हो सकता है, बेसिक चीज आपकी क्लियर होगी ना, दैट शुड बी इनफ फॉर यू. या सॉरी, यू आर सेइंग समथिंग.
right? So then also again I tried for restoring it in a different region. So first I went into the properties and I enabled the geo replication and I enabled the restore from the secondary region. But when I was trying to restore it into the other region because I thought that there could be a issue within the region. So I will restore it in another region and then I will log in into my machine. So I don't know how to do that because it was not showing the recovery point there. And I was switching it to the that option like restore into another region. There were no recovery points shown for the
Okay.
backup to get restored.
Maybe we'll have to check, as I saw your message today. So if a setup is already there, I'll go ahead and check that once. But as I told you, do not worry कि आप लोगों को exact inch by inch practical करना है. Do not worry about it, right? Even for migration,
Yeah,
I'm saying, I said this yesterday also. When you listen to the recording, you will realize that I said this yesterday also, that actual work from the interview point of view we have done, we have finished yesterday itself. आज जो मैं practical बता रहा हूँ ना, इसमें से कोई खास learning नहीं है for the interview point of view. This is for the sake of you to see how migration works. इसमें भी अगर if I migrate और machine turn on नहीं हो रही है ना, don't worry, उसकी trouble shooting फिलहाल you don't worry about it. हाँ, for the interview sake, we will it's already there in OneNote. We will uh, you know मेमोराइज 2 और 3 सिनेरियोज जो बहुत बेसिकली चलते हैं। यार ये नहीं हुआ होगा इसलिए मशीन ऑन नहीं हो रहा है, मे बी दैट इज नॉट देयर, दैट इज रीजन मशीन इज नॉट टर्निंग ऑन, और यू आर नॉट एबल टू लॉग इन। वो सब हम इंटरव्यू के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से याद कर लेंगे। एंड इन दिस माइग्रेशन ऑल्सो, द वन विच वी आर गोइंग टू डू टुडे, राइट, इफ इट डजंट वर्क, आई स्टिल नॉट रिकमेंड कि आप ट्रबल शूटिंग करते बैठो। It's completely fine. For the say this course from day one we have been saying this is a job oriented course we are doing here, so we have to focus on theory part more. Practical, no matter कितनी बार आप यहाँ पर कर लो, you cannot learn what you learn in actual environment. वहां पर completely अलग होता है, steps by steps होते हैं, and there are plenty of things which even I cannot cover 1-2 घंटे के सेशन में. It is not possible. Backend में बहुत सारे settings change करने होते हैं. यहाँ पर when I show you now, today when I'm going to show you a practical of migration, I have logged in to my PC since 10 a.m. I had to do the pre-work, but what I'm going to show you in these 2 hours, just a migration. उस migration का इतना पूरा पहले का जो 2 घंटे 3 घंटे का pre-work था, I cannot show it to you, right? वो सब नहीं आ सकता है ट्रेनिंग में। तो there are chances that you guys might face this problem कि यार मैंने बैकअप ले लिया, मैंने ये सारा फंक्शनलिटी ये कर ली, बट रिस्टोर होने के बाद ऑन नहीं हो रहा है। मैंने माइग्रेट कर लिया, माइग्रेटेड मशीन मुझको दिख रही है, बट मशीन ऑन नहीं हो पा रही है, or maybe I forgot to put IP वगैरह. So don't worry about those things. Here, understand the concept. 20% I would say concept को समझो, 80% theory पे focus रखो. Questions which I'm sharing with you yesterday, I shared it in details कि कौन कौन से questions आपको आ सकते हैं, किस तरह से answers देने हैं, क्या jargons use करने हैं. Focus on those jargons, right? And this is how you'll definitely clear your interview. Once you clear your interview, you will have plenty of chance. No matter आप technical की भी हो, no, that you won't get a technical training. Azure कोई सिखाएगा नहीं आपको if you're going over there. ठीक है? No matter if there is no technical training, but केटी जो होता है ना, केटी सेशन है, नॉलेज ट्रांसफर सेशन, कि यार एक नया बंदा आया है, इसको एटलीस्ट हमारे क्रेडेंशियल्स बता दो, हमारा एनवायरनमेंट कैसा है वो बता दो, हाउ डू वी वर्क वो बता दो, एंड ही विल स्टार्ट वर्किंग। उसी में आप इतना कुछ सीख जाते हो ना वहां पर, दैट यू विल नॉट हैव एनी प्रॉब्लम। और when you go to actual environment, you will have run books, you will have SOPs, बहुत सारी चीजें होती है, you will have codes written there. First you will practice, you will see someone doing that, you will have your test environment. So do not worry about it at all. Focus and worry about clearing your interview. That is the main thing you have to do. I, at least for people who have joined as of now in this call, जितने भी नाम लिए मैंने अभी, I can take guarantee for all of you that if you clear your interview, all of you will be able to work for sure. Hussein, you, Asif bhai, you, Nelson, Nitesh, Salman, definitely you guys, and Yusuf bhai, your concepts are already clear, right? So I'm sure about it that you guys will be able to work. So do not worry about it कि यार practical पूरा exactly नहीं हो रहा है. Now I'm gonna do the migration practical. You try it at your home once we are done with the classes, right? Try it. आपका migrate हो गया, उसके बाद machine ये नहीं हो रही, on नहीं हो रही ना, don't worry about it. Try troubleshooting a bit, but don't worry much about it. ठीक है? Because troubleshooting, when it comes to support and troubleshooting, everything you cannot learn here, not even in this class and not even by your own. आप ये aim लेके चल ही नहीं सकते कि I will learn everything first and then only I'll attempt for the interview. Forget you. People who are working there since 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, they will also not claim this कि मुझको सब कुछ आता है. So when it comes, we'll troubleshoot that time. What we have to learn here is concept and approach. Approach पता होना चाहिए. ये नहीं हो कि यार error आपको आ रहा है, कोई पावर सेल में एरर आ रहा है और आप ट्रबल शूटिंग जो है डिस्क में जाके कर रहे हो, दैट शुड नॉट बी द केस. एरर ऑथराइजेशन का आ रहा है, ट्रबल शूटिंग आप डीएलएल फाइल की कर रहे हो, दैट शुड नॉट बी द केस. एक वन थिंग इज योर कॉन्सेप्ट शुड बी क्लियर कि व्हाट इज माइग्रेशन, हाउ इट वर्क्स, व्हाट शुड बी द व्हाट आर द प्रोसेसेस, ये सारी चीजें पता होनी चाहिए. अनदर थिंग, व्हाट इज द अप्रोच, उसके पीछे सर्विसेज कौन सी चलती है, इफ देयर इज समथिंग रॉन्ग, व्हाट आर 4-5 थिंग्स आई कैन चेक, वो हम डेफिनेटली कवर करेंगे और उसी को लेके हम चलेंगे. And major part it will come to theory. People who are there in yesterday's session, you know it. People who missed yesterday's session, please watch the recording. We have covered very important theoretical part which will be helpful when it comes to interview and migration, if migration topic is asked. Okay, so without wasting time, let me quickly start because replication वगैरह में वैसे ही time लगेगा and we'll have enough time in today's session to discuss things. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. This is the assessment report we have got from our Azure assessment tool, which I ran yesterday. Okay. कि इस मशीन के लिए ये साइज लेना चाहिए, इस मशीन के लिए ये साइज. I told you why is it showing all same size, because my existing machine they have same size as in almost similar, right? और ऐसा कभी नहीं होगा कि आपको एग्जैक्ट साइज मिलेगा. आपकी करंट मशीन 3 GB है तो यहाँ पर मे बी वो 5 सजेस्ट कर देगा या 4 करेगा नियरेस्ट साइज. यू विल नेवर सी एग्जैक्ट साइज. अज्योर के पास लिमिटेड साइज है, वो उसी में से कुछ ना कुछ आपको सजेस्ट करेगा. प्लस दीज आर सजेशंस, नॉट मैंडेटरी थिंग्स. ओके, so let's go to my Azure project again. Azure migrate project. We were trying to migrate servers, and unfortunately my lab, I wanted to have 2-3 servers, could not arrange that, could not manage that. I have been working since morning, but managed to get one server. I'll show it to you how it looks, and I'll transfer that server here, though it doesn't have any big application, nothing, but it will clear your concept. Okay, so this is the assessment, guys. I've done the assessment. I discovered 10 servers. Out of them 8 were Windows, 2 are Linux, XYZ, ABC, and whatever we saw, the assessment report, dependencies, सब हमने देख लिया already, right? Now, I am not going ahead with this migration. I did the assessment and I say, fine, that's okay. I wanted to do that. I am not happy with the assessment, or I'm not happy with the idea to go ahead with the migration. I will stay back with my on-premises infrastructure. So what kind of approach, what kind of 6 R's will apply here? Which of the 6 R's will apply here? People who were there in yesterday's session. I've done the assessment and I'm not going ahead with migration. So कौन सा approach हुआ ये 6 R's which we discussed? Sorry. Yes, Yusuf bhai, Asif bhai. No, I'm saying I'm not going ahead with the. I have decided not to go ahead.
Not to go ahead.
retain as well, bhai.
Yes, Salman bhai, correct. We are retaining. We're not doing anything. Assessment कर लिया हम लोगों ने, budget वगैरह मिल गया यहाँ से मुझको, and I see कि यार इससे कम पैसा तो मैं यहाँ पर spend कर रहा हूँ, and that should be it. I don't want to do anything else. That's it. Okay. Now let's talk about a new project. Now I have very small migration project, and I'm very confident about my infrastructure, and I don't want you guys to do. I have hired you as a consultant, but I'm saying you don't do the assessment. Just go ahead and do the migration directly. I know what it is. You don't do the assessment. Okay. Then you will come here. You will start the migration tool directly. After this, you can do migration also, or you can do directly migration also. This we have discussed in detail yesterday. Okay. So for this one to migrate, you have to come here and use this tool, Azure Migrate tool. There are other tools also. We have seen this in yesterday's session, so I'm not repeating that. Once you install this tool, click on Discover. It will start discovering the servers which are there in your source environment. So for that, you will have to declare your source environment. Where are you bringing your machines from? Are you bringing your machines from VMware? Are you bringing your machines from physical laptop or physical data center, or are you bringing your machine from Hyper-V? So on my laptop, I have configured Hyper-V. In that Hyper-V, I have one virtual machine. I wanted to have 2 or 3, but due to limitation, I could not do that. I have limited RAM in my laptop, but that's okay. We'll manage that also. I have a scope of one more machine, and if we do another session, I'll show you another machine also. But I don't think so we'll require that. Only one example will be good enough for you. Okay, so this is my machine. Okay, this is the Hyper-V I have installed on my laptop. Okay, under Hyper-V, I have one machine. You may see many machines here, or let me create one machine for you. Let's see if we can, if this will. I mean, I'm not going to install any operating system here. So these are the machines, guys, which I have which I have in my laptop's Hyper-V. So when I go to Azure, what will I say? Where am I bringing my machines from? कहाँ से लेकर आ रहा हूँ मैं अपनी machines? Will it be VMware? Will it be physical or Hyper-V?
Hyper-V.
Hyper-V. Yes. On my laptop, is please do not get confused. Be focused and understand कि कौन सा tool मैं कहाँ से copy कर रहा हूँ, कहाँ पर copy होना चाहिए. You see everything on one screen, you may get confused, right? So stop me and ask if you don't get it. So this is on my laptop. Okay, this is my laptop. On my laptop, I have installed. You can read the name and maybe it will be easier for you to understand. It's my laptop. I have installed 2 servers here. This is just a dummy server. I'm not sure if it will fetch it or not. This is the actual server which I'm talking about. And now I want to uh, migrate both of these servers. Okay, so first let's see what is there in my server 2016, the one which I have, server 2016, which I want to migrate. What do I have in that server? Let's see. I'll try to create one notepad here. So when I migrate, I should see these files. Ignore the spelling mistake. Okay, when I migrate, I should see all these files. So this is what I have here in this one. There's one more thing on this server. So I don't even have to log into this server actually, just to check whether migration has been done successfully or not. What I have done, I have hosted one website on this server. So when I move the machine, do you think the website will also move? Should it move or not? I have hosted one website on my server. This is a website. Didn't do anything, but just for the understanding, this is the website I have hosted. So when I move this server, do you think my website should also move there or no?
Yes.
Yes, obviously we're doing lift and shift. Everything and anything will be moved there. Everything and anything. Okay. So this website will see if we are able to access that post migration, even if we are not able to log in, because to log in, I have to assign a public IP वगैरह, उसमें 2-4 task और करने पड़ते हैं. So let's see if we are able to do that. Okay. So this is my existing environment. I have Hyper-V, 2 servers. One of them is off. 2 servers I have. On one of them, I have Windows 2016. इसमें एक file भी मैंने रख दी है. If we log in, we'll check that. Otherwise, I have a website here, which is good enough. We can check the website post migration. So what do I say here? That I'm bringing my machines from Hyper-V. Okay. What is the target region? East US. Now it is asking me to prepare Hyper-V host, download a Hyper-V replication provider, which is a, again, which technology are we using for migration? क्या use होता है background में?
Yes, sir.
ASR. So that's what it says. Okay, so download the Hyper-V replication provider, which is ASR software installer. Use this installer to replicate the machines on your Hyper-V. So what I have to do here is download this. So normally you will download this. Okay, you will download it here and then you will share it with the system admin team. And what will they do? They will download this on the same host where their Hyper-V is. In this case, on my laptop. Okay, is it clear, guys?
Yes.
Okay, so but I didn't understand the concept of why the website will move, because ultimately it is on the machine, right?
Sorry, didn't get your question.
Like you mentioned, right, the website will also migrate.
Mm.
And of course, like if the machine is migrating, then like normally the website will also migrate, right?
Yes. So what is the question?
So like what we are talking about, like why the website will migrate, like there will be a change in the मतलब मैं आपको ये पूछ रहा हूँ कि आपने जब बोला कि वेबसाइट माइग्रेट हो रही है,
Hmm.
वो तो ऑब्वियस है कि मशीन के साथ मशीन अगर एज्योर पे
Ah,
जा
it,
रहा है
it is
तो
obvious. I'm sorry
वेबसाइट भी
if
होना
I
होगी
made
एज्योर
it
पे.
sound differently. Yes, it is obvious. It has to be done. होना ही चाहिए उसको. If it confused you, sorry about that. But yeah, it is obvious thing, and it will be migrated for sure. उसमें कोई catch या कोई trick नहीं था. It was just a simple question. Yeah, it is obvious. Definitely, it is obvious कि अगर machine move हो रही है, just wanted to explain it to you that everything will
मुझे
be moved.
कंफर्म करना था कि कोई अदर साइड भी है,
नहीं नहीं नहीं,
उसका
हाँ, that
कोई
is the reason I'm
opportunity नहीं है.
clearing it. No, there is no trick behind it or there is no catch. It was a simple question. Yes, and it is very obvious that it has to be done.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
Okay. So we'll have to download this here and we'll have to install it on my Hyper-V machine. So I'm doing that. And how it works in your environment, either you download it here, right? You copy it, put it in a network share. Your system admin team will pick it up from there. Or how it works, that they will log into their one of the servers जहाँ पे आपको ये करना है, what do you say, इसको install करना है, right? They will log in there. They will share the screen with you. You log into browser. You log into browser, and then you uh, log in on the same PC. Log into browser. Log into your Azure account with your credential, और वहीं पर आप locally download कर लो. But this is very what do you say, small file. एक 50 MB की file होती है, approximate 50-60 की होगी. Let me see. Yeah, it's 53 MB, right? So it's okay. But if it is a big file, like yesterday we saw 12 GB file, right? If it is a 12 GB file, doesn't make sense कि आप उसको download करो, keep it in a network folder, and then someone from there will pick it up from the network folder. It doesn't make any sense. It's simple that you set up a call. One of the team members or team lead or manager from system admin team, they will be there. They will log into their server जहाँ पे इनका Hyper-V है और जहाँ पर ये चीज install होनी है. Okay, you do that. Once it is installed there, then it's their job to install it. Once it is downloaded there, it's their job to install it. And this one, it's not simply available. मतलब ऐसा नहीं कि आप link दे दोगे और वो वहां से download करोगे. That is not the case, because the every download is specific to your project. मतलब ये download आप चला लोगे तो ऐसा नहीं होगा. I mean, because this project is in my Azure subscription, so I cannot share a link with them unless they have, अगर हाँ कोई ऐसे system admin team है that they have equal access, on what do you say, they have equal access on Azure also, so that is fine कि system admin team है और equal access उनका इस पे भी है, Azure पे भी है, so that's fine. They can log in और आप link share कर दो सिर्फ, they will go to your project and they will download it. But normally ऐसा होता नहीं, system admin team को Azure का access नहीं होगा और cloud team को system admin का access नहीं होगा, right? So you'll have to work in collaboration. You set up a call, you log in to take remote meeting पे, share Teams पे, Zoom पे, जहाँ पर भी whichever you're using, they will share it. You take the control, you take remote, open the browser, type in your credential, go to your Azure project which you have already created like we have done it, and then you download it. So I hope you got the point, right? This is not a generic download. ये नहीं हो सकता कि मैं right click करके आपको link दे दूं और and you download it there. No. For that they will require Azure's credential. Is it clear? Did you guys get it? What am I trying to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Once this is done, once this is downloaded and installed, you will share it with the team. Once they install it, they will give a confirmation. Okay, it has been installed. You'll have to share one more thing, which is a key, credential, which is to connect with your Azure. Though this is also a customized image, you still need one more method. Okay, you need one more method. Connect करने के लिए. The key will have the complete details of your Azure Migrate project. I'm gonna show it to you. Don't worry. This is not just theory. Practical मैं इसमें बताने वाला हूँ, but I'm just clearing the things step by step. Okay. So once you download this, you share it with the team. They install it. Or this looks like very small 50 MB. आप अभी install कर लोगे. Doesn't work like that. ठीक है, maybe that team want to create a change for that after installing the software. पहले से कर रखा है तो ठीक है, लेकिन इसमें टाइम लगता है, so it doesn't happen back to back immediately. ऐसा होता नहीं है, ठीक है. So once they give a confirmation of that, okay, we are ready to download it or we are ready to install it, you will require this key also. This is not for the installation, but after installation, once you install and once you start working on the tool, you will require this key. Okay, so same thing, you can this key is very, it's hardly 4 KB, so you can just send it in email or जिस तरह से भी आपको भेजना है, you do it. Okay, once you download and attach that key there, here you will see a register Hyper-V host connected, एक दिखाएगा आपको. अगर आपने इसको एक पे किया, एक कनेक्टेड दिखाएगा, एंड द सेम थिंग यू कैन डू फॉर मल्टीपल. दिस इज योर प्रोजेक्ट स्पेसिफिक, हाइपर-वी स्पेसिफिक नहीं है. आप इसी को जो है ना, इसी प्रोजेक्ट में जाके बार बार डाउनलोड कर सकते हो मल्टीपल इस पे. लेट्स से आपके पास 5 हाइपर-वी है, यू कैन डू द सेम थिंग विद सेम की with 5 Hyper-V, and you will see 5 connected here. In our case, it's only 1. So let me show it to you that how will it look on my laptop. Okay, this is the key I have, and I don't even have to read it. It will ask. Okay, this is the tool which I have installed. So I'll go ahead and install the tool. Where am I doing it? I'm doing this on the laptop where I have hosted my Hyper-V. Okay. Normally you will always check the updates. We don't have time, and बहुत ही छोटा ये है हमारा, so it's okay. We don't have to worry about it. But whenever it is for a live environment, you will definitely check for updates. So this is how it looks. You see what is it doing? Backup और ASR वगैरह जो है ना, वो सब setup कर रहा है. What will it do? Okay, now here register. Do you see the key file? If you did not have the key, connect नहीं कर पाओगे आप अब कैसे इसको. See, it has already fetched the information. You guys remember we created this project yesterday, project Hyper-V site etc. ये सब हमने बनाया, इसने already pick कर लिया my subscription details. So now my Hyper-V know कि किस subscription में जा रहा है, and my subscription know कहाँ से data fetch करना है. Okay, connect directly to Azure Recovery without proxy. Connect using proxy. Production environment में there will be a proxy servers always. You will never ever say that you have done a migration without proxy server. Who provides proxy server? What is the address? What is the port? What is the user ID and password? You don't have to worry a bit. Zero worry. नेटवर्क टीम जो है, सिस्टम एडमिन का नेटवर्क टीम, वो काम करता है यहाँ पर. स्क्रीन वैसे भी शेयर होती है. यू डू टिल हियर, यहाँ पर आप कर दे तो यहाँ पर ये लोग अपना एड्रेस वगैरह प्रॉक्सी, इट्स देयर जॉब टू सेटअप. बट हाँ, आपने उनको बताया होता है ऑलरेडी इन एडवांस, मतलब वो पता होता है ऑलरेडी व्हेन इट इज व्हेन दे आर वर्किंग विद आर्किटेक्चर टीम, तभी डिसाइड हो जाता है ये प्रॉक्सी सर्वर कितने हो गए, कहाँ पर होस्टेड हो गए, व्हाट विद द आईपी एड्रेस ऑलरेडी बना है या नहीं बना है. इट एवरीथिंग विल बी देयर, सो यू डोंट हैव टू वरी अबाउट इट. योर जॉब इज स्टिल हियर, यू डू इट. दे विल कम हियर, click it, give the information, then press next, और उसके बाद authentication होगा. But in our case, we are not going ahead with any proxy. वैसे भी हम over the internet कर रहे हैं. So what is it doing, guys? Background में क्या कर रहा है? If you guys remember, जो हमने ASR सीखा था, उसमें जैसे replication start कर दिया था ना, now this will see all the machines in my Hyper-V, and it will show it to me that आपके Hyper-V में there are 20 machines. Do you want to replicate all of them? Then I will decide. We'll go back to tool. First let me show it to you. यहाँ पर finish होने दो, then we'll go back to tool. यहाँ से fetch कर लेगा कितने machines हैं, then it will give me an option how many of them I want to replicate. Let's say if I replicate 3 of them, then I will have an option कि मैं उन 3 का migration कर सकता हूँ. Replicate का मतलब क्या हुआ? इसका पूरा का पूरा copy वहां पर वो लोग बनाकर रख रहे हैं. That's what the replication is. We have discussed that in our ASR. So while this is being done, I want to show it to you here. Under my project, register Hyper-V host. I still see 0. Okay, hence I cannot finalize the registration. At least एक तो दिखना चाहिए जो मेरे project से जो Hyper-V connect हुआ है. Right? So once I see that, then only I will be able to proceed and start replication or something. And replication takes time, so maybe next session में वो पूरा replicate होता रहेगा. We'll discuss other things, और इसी में से अगर कोई doubt है तो, but I want this to be in recording and I want you guys to see step by step. Yeah. So this is, again, to confirm, this is happening on my laptop. On my laptop, I have installed Hyper-V. Hyper-V में I could have 10 machines, 20 machines, 100 machines, depending on my capacity, laptop's capacity. Normally laptop पे Hyper-V होता नहीं है, production server में. Here this is training, hence I have that Hyper-V on my laptop. Production environment में directly bare metal पे Hyper-V होता है, which is very strong, capable of holding maybe 100 or 200 or 500 virtual machines at a time. तो वहां पर ऐसे कुछ आपको कोई लैपटॉप वगैरह का कोई इशू नहीं होता है. So you simply download it there, you install it there, and you don't have to worry about it कि वहां पे कैसे करेंगे. If it is a directly bare metal, if it is not a server, how do we do it? You don't have to worry about it. System admin team will take care of that. What you have to provide is the executable file based on their platform, and this registration key. How do you get that? We already saw that. We go to Azure portal, we go to Azure portal, we create a Azure Migrate project. Under Azure Migrate project, we see two options, assessment and migration. We can do the assessment using Azure Migrate tool or any other tool. And that is not a prerequisite for migration, but it is always recommended. Then we go to migrate. Again, we have Azure Migrate tool or Current or Carbonite, or there are many tools. We can select one of them. Once we start on discovery, we get to download these options. Okay, here it is. It's finished. Good. It happened on time. So in some time, I will see it here and I will click on finalize. I'll ping you guys. I'll send a message to you when to join next session. It takes some time. Once it appears here, when it shows number one Hyper-V is connected, then I will ping you guys and you can connect the session using the same link and will finalize the registration. So I don't want to do it off recording, right? So I'll ping you guys. Only 1 minute is left in this session. I'm stopping the session. I'll let you know once this is done. I'll ping you ping in the group. Please rejoin the session using the same link.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.